Dear friends, welcome to Quest for Knowledge. In today's video, we will discuss iteration and jumping statement of flow control. In last video, we have discussed selection statement in flow control. We also discussed indentation and logical operators. If you haven't watched that video, I would recommend you to watch that video first for better understanding, and link to that video is given in the description box. So let's begin today's video. So sometimes in our program we want to repeat a set of statements, and repetition is done using looping construct. Repetition is also known as iteration. So for iteration we use two kind of statement. First one is for statement and second is while statement. And for and while both are Python keyword, as we discussed in data type video. So to write for statement we use for keyword. For statement iterates over the items of any sequence. As we discussed in sequence data type, we have string, list and other data type, that is a sequence data type. If you haven't watched that video, I would recommend you to watch that video for better understanding of sequence data type. Here is the syntax of for loop. First we write for keyword, then we write control variable and it can be any valid variable name. Then we write in keyword, then any sequence data type over here. Then we put colon and then we write statements inside body of the loop that we want to repeat. So now we will see one small code to discuss the syntax of for loop. So first we will create one Python file, and if you don't know how to create Python file, we have discussed the steps in one video and link to that video is given in the description box. You can watch that video and you can learn how to create Python file. So after creating Python file, write this code in that file. So in this code we have one list and some elements of list. As we discussed in list to data type, elements are separated by comma and we have 4 items inside this list. Now to iterate over this list item we use for statement. Here we have write for keyword, then one valid variable name, then in keyword, and then the sequence that we want to iterate. Here we want to iterate items of this fruit list. So here we have written fruit list, then colon, and then statement that we want to iterate. So here statement is print fruit. So we are iterating over this fruit list. We are assigning item of this fruit list in fruit variable, and then we are writing value of this fruit. So when we save this file and when we run, output will be apple, mango, orange, pineapple. So this for loop items are assigned one by one to this variable and we are printing value of this variable. So we got this output, right? So hope this for loop is clear to you. Now we will see the range function that we use with looping constructs. So basically range is a built-in function in Python, and syntax is first we write range and inside parenthesis we write 3 value. First is start value, next stop value, and the last one is step value. So this range function create a list containing a sequence of integers from the start value up to stop value, and this stop value is excluded with a difference of step value that we provide inside range. So let's see some example of range function. So to see the output of this particular range function, you can write this command in interactive mode and you can see the result accordingly. Here we have provided value 10. So when we provide only one value inside range, it generates integer starting from 0 till 9, because here we have mentioned 10, so it will exclude 10 and output will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So here's the list from 0 to 9. When we write to value over here, it starts from 0 and it goes till we got this stop value, and this stop value is excluded, so output will be same 0 to 9. And you can see the output of this range function from 5 to 10. Output will be 5 and it will go till stop value. Stop value is 10, so it will go up to 9. So result will be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here we have passed 3 value inside range function. So it will start from 0, it will go up to 10 and step value is 3. So here difference is 3. So starting from 0 and with difference of 3, it will go till 10. So output will be 0 plus 3 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9. So it will print 0, 3, 6, 9. Next we have passed negative value to range function, minus 1, minus 10, minus 2. So it will start from minus 1 and with the difference of minus 2, it will go till stop value. So output will be minus 1, minus 3, minus 5, minus 7, minus 9. Now we will use range function with for loop. So first we will create one Python file, then we will write code inside that file, and here we are creating one list with few items. Then we are getting the length of this list using len built-in function that we discussed in earlier videos, and then we are writing for loop. So here for loop, then this I is a variable in keyword, then we are using range function. So in this range we are providing one value inside parenthesis, and that is L. Here value of L is number of items inside list, and we have four elements inside this list, so value of this L is 4. So this range function will generate integers starting from 0 to 3, because as we discussed, this particular value is not included. So it will generate integers starting from 0, then 1, then 2, then 3. So value of I will be 0, then 1, then 2, and then 3. So inside this for loop we have print statement, and here we are accessing element of list using indexing. As we discussed in list data type, how we use index. So you can refer that video to understand the indexing system. So here we have written I inside square bracket. So first value of I is 0. So it will access 0 index element, and that is first element. Then it will access first index element, and that is mango, and so on. And it will goes till index 3, and index 3 is the last item. So when we save this file and when we run, we will get output like this: apple, mango, orange, and pineapple. So hope this range function is clear to you. Next we will see while statement. The while statement again is a iteration statement, and it executes a block of code repeatedly as long as the control condition of the loop is true. And syntax is simple. We write while keyword and then we write condition to be checked. We put colon and then we write body of while loop or the set of statements that we want to execute number of times based on this test condition. So let's see this while statement in one example. So to understand while statement, first create a file and you can give any name to it. Then write the code inside that file. So in code we have one variable and we have assigned 1 to it. So value of this count is 1. Now we are writing while statement. So here while keyword and then condition. So here we are checking value of count less than equals to 10. So this while loop will go on till this condition is false. So when this condition is true, it will execute the while block, and these two statements are while block statement because these two statements are at same indentation level. As we discussed in indentation video, all the statements of a particular block should be at the same indentation level. So indentation is very important when we are writing our code. So here we are writing print statement and inside print we are multiplying 5 with count. So this asterisk is multiplication operator as we discussed, and we are multiplying 5 with the value of count, and the next statement is we are incrementing value of count by 1. So this particular statement is important. If we skip this statement, this particular while loop will become infinite loop as the condition will not be false, right? So this particular statement is important. We are incrementing value of count. So next value of count will be 2. So after executing the block, it will check the condition again. If this condition is true, it will execute the while block statements. It will print this value. Then again it will increment the value of count by 1. After executing these two blocks, again it will check the condition. Then execution of these two statements, and after executing these two statements, it will again go to this particular condition. So this process will go on till this condition gets false. So when we save this file and when we run it, output will be, and this output is obvious. This is according to our while loop. Next we will see the jumping statement. We have two statements, and one is break statement and another one is continue statement. Both are Python keyword, and break statement are used to terminate the current loop, and continue statements are used to skips the execution of the statements inside the body of the loop. Let's see it in example. So to understand break statement, first create one Python file and write this code. Here we have one variable, value of I is 1, then condition, and we are breaking our loop when value of I is equal to 6. So here we are checking whether value of I is 6. So if the value of I is 6, we are breaking the loop, and this loop will not continue further and it will print outside loop. So when we run this file, output will be, see, it will print 1 because this condition is false. So it will execute print I, value of I is 1, then increment I with 1. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and then when value is 6, value of I is 6, it will break the loop and it won't execute the remaining statement. So output will be this. To understand continue statement, just create a file and then write this code, and output will be this, because here I mod 5 equal to 0. So when I is divisible by 5, we will continue. So this is the output